Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable? Then smash the subscribe button and the like button, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Man. And welcome to Sunday's edition of the dceu Daily. And Zack Snyder is a filmmaker creative that never disappoints. We're all twiddling our thumbs yesterday, wondering what we're going to be talking about today. Guess what? He's loaded that gun and he's got something special because Zack Snyder unleashes the OG Steppenwolf. And doesn't he look gorgeous? Look at that. Look at that, my friends. If you think I haven't done a close-up and zoomed in a billion times by now to work out what this guy's going to look like, look, it's just pales in comparison to the Steppenwolf we had in Justice League, doesn't it? Amazing. Look at it. So what did Zack have to say about this? Let's unzoom and let's zoom on what he had to say. Right. Just working today. Pulled this out of the editorial. Sorry he's low resolution, but I've seen him in all his high-res glory, and he's a thing to behold. Quick question. How many fucks do you think he gives? Probably zero, Zack. Probably zero, but yes. An absolutely beautiful surprise. Steppenwolf was one of the major problems of Justice League. The CGI was absolutely terrible, but what was even worse was the horrible lip syncing when he was talking. And somebody did ask Zack on Vero after he revealed this picture, unleashed this picture, should I say. I've got a feeling that he's not going to be talking as much as this Steppenwolf in Justice League. And Zack responded by saying he talks when he has something to say. And I think that's a big distinction, isn't it? You know, when people talk when they have something to say instead of just talking to kill some dead air. And I do feel that the Justice League one was this simplistic version of Steppenwolf. He was talking and talking and talking, but you didn't really get what he was trying to say. You know, if you don't read the comics, when he's saying mother, it's like, who's mother? Who's your mother? What's this all about? There's no backstory. I would definitely hope, I know they kind of get Diana in Justice League to kind of explain the situation, but they don't really explain anything about Steppenwolf's mother or why he keeps on saying mother, you know. And so we need more of an explanation about who these characters are and what they mean. Because in BVS, we do see Steppenwolf, but we don't know who he is or what he represents. And there does need a bit of spoon-feeding. I'm not a fan of spoon-feeding storytelling, but, you know, sometimes you do need an explanation. Or how are you going to get the mainstream audience in? And I mean, as much as all this is mainly for the fans who fought for this, also, you know, HBO Max are a business and they want everyone to come in. And the way to get people to come in for this is for people to get it. First of all, they need to watch Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. And I think it's important that Zack's cut does explain who Steppenwolf is and who Darkseid is. And I mean, again, we had a little explanation about Darkseid, but it was very fleeting for, what was it called? For Darkseid, or whatever he says, right? And that's the mention of Darkseid. It's ridiculous. Clearly, they were planning future things for Steppenwolf, and, well, no, Steppenwolf's dragged out, but we don't know where he's dragged to. Yeah, Steppenwolf doesn't actually die in Justice League, does he, if I remember rightly? And I haven't seen that film for a long time, and who can blame me? We know in Zack Snyder's Justice League, Diana is going to cut his head off. Excuse me. But so there's two different endings there already. We know that Zack Snyder's Justice League is so different than Justice League. And of course, that's a good thing. We're talking about maybe a 4.5 hour movie, a 4 hour, 15-minute movie, maybe in episodes, maybe in one foul swoop, or maybe in different formats, black and white, movie format, TV show format. So I think the idea is to create multiple platforms for this version of Justice League so people can watch it how they want. I think personally I would watch every kind of format they did it in, because not only is that awesome, it supports Zack, his vision, and HBO Max, who have given us a great gift. Obviously, they want subscribers. They're doing it for business reasons, and there's nothing wrong with that. So they should be trying to make money and trying to make their platform very successful. And I think already an insider has said the success of Warner Media is very pivotal. It's what will make them successful is the success of HBO Max, and I think that's very important. So yes, one final look at this because I think it's so awesome. If we can, yeah, let's zoom back in. Brilliant. Just absolutely fantastic. Let's marvel now. We don't want to say Marvel. Let's DC, right? Let's Detective Comics all over this beautiful image. It's absolutely brilliant. And I know everyone is hyped for it. Even people from the mainstream audience are thinking, oh my God, now that's what Steppenwolf should look like. And, you know, really, really awesome. When I think about the end of the week or the beginning of the week, because Sunday officially is the beginning of the week, even though I've always grown up to think Monday is the beginning of the week. And I look back at the past week and I look at what we've had to talk about, you know, in terms of being DC fans. And I think one of the things we've had to talk about this week is Ryan Reynolds. Rumours of Green Lantern still, you know, oozing out there, especially if your name's John Aaron Garza. He's still insistent, and let's say I'm not saying no, I'm not saying yes, I don't know. But if I was to hazard a guess, I'd say there's more likelihood of Ryan Reynolds playing Hawkman than cameoing in Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's just my personal opinion. But he could do both, especially now with the multiverse kind of strategy and all of what they're trying to do. I do actually believe that he's going to play Hawkman. And I know he's denied it. And then I know that The Rock came in and said, actually, you are playing Hawkman. And it was, I think the whole reason Reynolds came out in the first place is because they can't believe it was leaked out. And I think they were trying to control the situation. And I do think at DC Fandom, you are going to find out that Ryan Reynolds is playing Hawkman. And for those people saying, oh, Ryan Reynolds, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck isn't listed at DC Fandom, it's because some of the things they want to be a surprise. I don't think J.J. Abrams is J.J. Abrams listed to be at DC Fandom? I don't think he is. But I expect him to make an appearance. I don't think he'll be there for long, but I think he will be talking about Justice League Dark. And I also believe that he is going to announce his Superman movie that he's going to write and direct, the very reason why Bad Robot invested so much money into Warner Media is his love for Superman. And I mean, you can think that's stupid or whatever you want. And, you know, I just want to talk about J.J. Abrams. You know, it's pretty clear to me that the theatrical cut of The Rise of Skywalker is not his movie. We have not seen the Abrams cut. I've been watching J.J. Abrams content and stuff ever since Felicity and Alias. I know what kind of storyteller he is, and that's not him. And so we haven't seen his vision for The Rise of Skywalker, but we have seen his vision for The Force Awakens, and it was pretty neat. It wasn't that ambitious, but it was pretty neat, and it set some great things up. And I think if he wrote and directed the whole trilogy, Disney Star Wars wouldn't have any problems right now, and they actually do. So bring him on writing and directing Superman, a character he has so much passion and time for. JJ will not mess this up. I know that. I believe in it. I believe in him and I believe in his vision. Obviously, the only thing to be decided is who's going to play Superman, a brand new actor or Henry Cavill. That will be very interesting as well. I wonder if he'll be able to answer that question. If he does appear at DC Fandom discussing his very own potential, not factual, but potential Superman movie. It's always been my opinion. This is why he's come to Warner Media. So we shall see. You know, I'm one of those people who drinks my Kool-Aid. I don't drink your Kool-Aid. It doesn't matter how popular you are. So when I made some opinions known to, let's say, elitist members of the DCEU, my timeline became very, very different because once you disagree with them, not only do they block you, but they make sure their followers and their friends block you as well. Now, I'm not the kind of person that blocks for a block. People have the opportunity to change their minds about me and say, do you know what? He's only got an opposing opinion. But do you know what's great about my timeline now? It's full of fans of DC and other stuff that don't mind an opposing opinion, who want to talk about it, calmly and intellectually. And that's all I want at the end of the day. And so, I'm a friendly guy. I think you can tell I'm just an easygoing, friendly guy. I'm not a troublemaker. I do like a laugh on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, there's plenty of laughing emojis. I make a joke about everything. And if I don't agree with something, I will just stick a laughing emoji. Sometimes I'll really be, this is what I think, and that's okay. I think we live in a generation now where everyone kind of wants to jump on people for their opinion. But at the end of the day, I can evolve as a human being. But at this moment in time, there's certain things I believe in and there's certain things I don't believe in. And I honestly, if I had a time machine now, I would return to the 20th century. I think the 21st century is shit. I think we live in a horrible era now. There was a tweet from a young woman who was having a go at guys for saying, "At last, a real woman." Because apparently that's disparaging to other body shapes. You can't even compliment people anymore. Well, you can't even hold a door open for a woman or lady anymore. That's sexist and that's misogynist. So what can we do? Not breathe? And this is why I'm writing my gender war story. Anyway, off topic, but I'm really excited about Zack Snyder's Justice League and his awesome design for Steppenwolf. And let's be clear, he was always going back to his original design in BVS. Of course he was. So if you predicted this, you are not Nostradamus. It's pretty damn obvious. And yes, I still would like a discussion in the comments down below about Ryan Reynolds as well. I do believe that he is playing Hawkman. I have my doubts about the Green Lantern cameo now, but we will see. As I say, love him to do both. But DC fandom, as I've already said, will make truth speakers or liars out of so many of us. And also, before I go, I want to talk about the importance of the Black Adam movie. We've just been talking about potentially Ryan Reynolds playing Hawkman. Obviously not the first person I would think of to be playing Hawkman, but anyway, I think this film is very, very vital, and I think that Walter Hamada and Jim Lee understand that it's important that this is not just a vehicle for The Rock, and I think this is why we are getting the Justice Society of America in it, because the Justice Society of America, especially characters like Dr. Fate and Hawkman, I've done it again, Hawkman, so English, Hawkman, right, are so vital characters in DC Comics. And if you're going to have those characters, it means they're going to share the screen with Black Adam, aka The Rock. Now, The Rock and his production company have been wanting this for such a long time. I think this is the biggest project he's ever worked on. There's no question about that. I mean, they did pick the director. Now, this would say that this is typical of what Warner Media and AT&T are trying to do, allow each group of people to have their own vision, and it doesn't necessarily have to sync up with everything else that's being done. It might be in the same universe as the DCEU. It may be on another multiverse, which will make things... Of course, it's part of the DCEU, I'm forgetting, because ultimately he will meet Zachary Levi's Shazam. So, of course, it's DCEU. So, it's part of the very universe that Zack Snyder started. But I think this is a very, very important film, because I think Black Adam takes us to another direction in DC Comics. I mean, Black Adam is a very important character. And as I say, it is very vital that they get this film right. I do have a lot of confidence in this film. I think The Rock is good at what he does. Some people think it's going to be set in the modern times, but then how do you have the JSA if it's set in modern times? Unless there's time travel. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how the story's going to work, but I tell you what, I'm very excited. But don't underestimate how important Black Adam is to the DC Extended Universe. Let me know if you're excited about Black Adam. Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. See you again soon.